All right, Bears fans, we got some fantastic news here. Harrison Graham here. We got a mailbag coming up that we already filmed, so stay tuned for that. But ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports that Tremaine Edmonds is going to be activated by the Chicago Bears, meaning that he is expected to play in tomorrow's night against the Packers. Obviously a huge development. Tremaine Edmonds was having his best season as a Bear. He's fit in really well in Dennis Allen's defense. The couple of games we saw him and TJ Edwards played together in the middle of the season, they were awesome together. And now you get him back. TJ's been back for a couple games. DeMarco Jackson's been playing and has played well, and he's been able to develop, which has been a nice situation. So now you got three linebackers you feel pretty good about, and that's a good thing because you would expect, at least in this first game, that Tremaine's probably going to be on a bit of a pitch count. I mean, short week, didn't really do full throttle practicing this week, so I don't expect him to play 100% of snaps, but to get him back, he's got 4 picks, 9 breakups this year. He's made a lot of splash plays in this defense. That is a huge development, not only for this game, but for the rest of the season as the Bears hopefully are able to get to the playoffs. Okay, real quick for the Packers, Rob Demovsky, who's covered the Packers forever for ESPN, said that he believes Josh Jacobs is more doubtful than he is questionable or probable. He's been dealing with a knee and an ankle issue. He did not practice this week. Now, I know Jacobs earlier in the week said he'd rather play hurt than not play, but this might be a situation where he's just unable to go. And if he's truly doubtful, if you're doubtful, you rarely play. I mean, guys rarely play when they're considered doubtful. Now, they listed him questionable, so we'll see. This is just one man's word, but Demovsky's pretty tapped in. I would not be surprised if Jacobs didn't play in this game. Now, I'm not banking on that or anything like that, but I do think there's a situation where he does not play in this football game. He also said, and I do believe this to be true, he said he'd be shocked if either Zach Tom or safety Evan Williams play. I said all week, I do not expect either of them to play. I do think Christian Watson plays, and I think that's pretty clear at this point. He will play, but I think Jacobs is now the one to watch. Does he gut it out? Does he try to play? I would imagine he goes through some kind of a warm-up tomorrow before the game hits, but maybe it's less than 50-50. We'll have to wait and see. And for Zach Tom and Evan Williams, I do not expect either of those guys to play. All right, that's the update. Tremaine Edmonds expected to be activated, so he should play tomorrow night. Unlikely for Zach Tom or Evan Williams to play, and now all eyes are on Josh Jacobs for the Green Bay Packers in a massive matchup as the winner takes full control of the NFC North. Stick around. We have a full mailbag episode coming up. So stay tuned here on Chicago Bears Now. Coming up, we got a Chicago Bears Now mailbag. So go ahead and use hashtag Bears to get your questions answered on the show. You can also use the super chat function if you want to guarantee yourself a spot in this mailbag. We'll answer your questions for 10, 12, 15 minutes or so. I am now on TikTok. Your boy took the plunge, and the early response has been awesome. So thank you guys so much if you've already followed me. Bears, NFL, and college football coverage over there. Going to put out some TikToks as often as possible. Still kind of learning the TikTok game, if you will. But would love to get to 1,000 followers ASAP. We're at 410, trying to get to 1,000. At HGramNFL over on TikTok. If you're watching live, I'll try and get that link in the live chat after this mailbag. All right, we've got Ferguson. How long till Judon is a Chicago Bear? Well, he did clear waivers on Thursday. My guess is he does not latch on with the team this week. He's going to let these games play out, see if there's an injury to a pass rush needy team or something like that, and then kind of look at the landscape. I don't know how much is left for Matt Judon, but as I said when I first broke down this idea when he was cut initially, if he clears waivers, if you want to sign him to the practice squad and elevate him for a game, see how he does, cool. Clearly he wasn't going to play in this game against the Packers, too quick of a turnaround, but we'll see. I would imagine some team brings him in, and maybe the Bears are that team. I don't have high expectations, though, even if the Bears bring him in. Matt Bellick, what's more likely? Defense gets 3 takeaways or Caleb gets 3 touchdowns? It's a good question. I'm going to go Caleb 3 touchdowns. It's probably pretty close to even odds there, but I'm going to go Caleb 3 touchdowns. This defense obviously has been very good at taking the football away, but the Packers don't give it away much. I'm going to go Caleb 3 touchdowns more likely. Just beat Green Bay. How should Dennis Allen defend Jordan Love? Well, last time they tried to blitz, especially on some money downs, and they got burned. And listen, a couple of those I called for a blitz. It didn't work out. Sometimes you bring pressure. It's picked up. Sometimes they get it out quick. Sometimes you get burned. That's the risk of blitzing 6-7 guys. I'm not saying you don't blitz at all. I do think I would probably take more of a bend, don't break approach. Play more coverage. Your secondary is mostly healthy. And see if you can force Jordan Love to be methodical. He wants to take those shots downfield. So if you can kind of eliminate those opportunities for the most part and force him to dink and dunk, then you clamp down in the red zone, force field goals. Maybe he forces a ball and you pick him off. So I think that would be the vast majority of my approach. I would play more coverage in this game. If you want to get revenge on the Packers, get the FGBs down in the comments section. Let's take down those frauds, those SOBs, and take control of the NFC North. All right, Mason Weiss, how many starting defenders do you believe won't be a Bear next year? Well, guys who are free agents, Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, Nahshon Wright are free agents. I think that's it. I think everybody else is under contract because you have some backups. Like Andrew Billings he plays a lot, but he's technically a backup. The CJ Gardner-Johnson, who's now a starter, is a free agent. I'm going to guess that Jaquan Brisker's gone. You re-sign Kevin Byard. I think there's a decent chance you re-sign CJ Gardner-Johnson too. I think Nahshon Wright's the wild card. Do you let him walk and just roll with Jalen and Tyreek Stevenson? Do you try to bring Nahshon Wright back? Does he take a little discount to stay here? What happens with Al Harris? If he goes, does he follow Al Harris to his new stop? So I think he's the wild card, but I think between Brisker and Byard, they'll keep one, let the other walk. I would guess they would value Byard over Brisker. That would be my thought, but it's early to tell. I mean, all these guys, you can make the case to bring them back, but we'll just have to wait and see. Cuttis Kingdom, is this Darnell Wright's week to get a touchdown with Mike out? Do you think Ben would try to get it to Theo again? Nah, you probably wouldn't go back to that same Theo play. The Packers have seen that now, so you would think it would be a different wrinkle. Maybe this is the time you get Darnell Wright. Maybe you bring in Theo as an extra lineman, but Darnell Wright's eligible on the play, and you slip him out on a hard play fake on the goal line. Maybe this is a week to do it. Being thin at receiver, kind of go to your tricks here if you're Ben Johnson. So we'll see. I've said all year I think Darnell Wright is going to be involved in a trick play at some point, and you're running out of games here. So we'll see if this is the time they pull it out. Today's show is sponsored by PrizePicks, daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. We appreciate PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show. It's the best time of year with the holidays being here, and it's the best time of year for sports as well. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which games to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. That is PrizePicks. I'm done with season-long fantasy. I'm all in on DFS now, and no one does it better than PrizePicks. From their injury reboots, from their max discount opportunities, just being available in 45 of 50 states. It's as good as it gets, and the way you play is simple. You take more or less on stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups, and if you hit, you win money. I took more on Caleb Williams' passing yards this week, 209.5. Colson Loveland, Demon play to score a touchdown. Love it even more because Roma Dunze and Luther Burden are out. And then Jordan Love took less on his passing yards, 238.5. $20 to win $130. Check it out today. Download the PrizePicks app. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's PrizePicks. It's good to be right. We got Dennis here. What would be the most realistic path to a Super Bowl? Realistic? You probably got to getting the 2 seed really helps. Let's say the Bears get the 2 seed. You want to pull up the playoff picture real quick here. Let's say they get the 2 seed, depending on when you're watching this, Rams or Seahawks. One of them will be the 1 seed. We're filming this before Thursday Night Football. Let's say the Bears beat the Packers, split their final 2, get the 2 seed. I think that probably means you get either San Francisco or Green Bay as the 7 seed. I think if you beat Green Bay this week at home, you at least feel confident in playing them again. Let's say it's the Packers. You beat them at home. And then you get either Philadelphia or Seattle or San Francisco probably in the second round. That's probably what you're looking at. I mean, you get Philadelphia at home. I like that matchup if I'm Chicago. They went into Philadelphia and beat their ass. So I think you'd be feeling pretty good about that. And then you're probably going to have to go through either the Rams or Seattle in the NFC Championship game. You'll probably be an underdog in either scenario, especially if it's on the road, which it likely would be because in that scenario, that's probably the 1 seed. So, yeah, I mean, you'd have 2 matchups you'd feel decent about and then 1 tough one. Can you win a tough game on the road? We'll see. Long way to go. Got to clinch a playoff spot first, but that's kind of the avenue you're looking at, which is if you get the 2 seed. All right, Christian edits. How do we get pressure on Jordan Love? If he is chilling in the pocket all day to throw, he will pick us apart. Yeah, I mean, I said it. I still think I'd play more coverage in general in this game, but I agree he can't have all day to throw. If Zach Tom doesn't play, can Montez Sweat get some pressure? The last couple weeks I've been kind of disappointed in Montez Sweat. He didn't pop very much against the Packers. Against the backup right tackle against Cleveland, didn't really stand out to me much there either. So if Zach Tom's out, can he take advantage of him being out? We'll see. But I just know this: last time you blitzed, you got carved up by Jordan Love. I mean, he was fantastic. I would just rather, again, you can't let him sit back there forever. I'm not saying never blitz, but you got torched last time you did. So I think early on, I'm playing coverage in this game, and I'm trying to force him to throw into tight windows. Obviously, if he's got 5 seconds in the pocket consistently, you're going to have to change it up. But my plan A would be to blitz less frequently in this football game. Subscribe to the channel. We do these mailbags every Monday, Thursday, and game day, which this week is Saturday. We'll be taking your questions. Daily content, short form, long form, live shows 3 times per week, watch parties, and Monday and Thursday. Whole lot more as well, previews, injury updates. We cover it all. If it's Bears related, we're talking about it. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and do not miss out. All right, no C. Is there a shot Jahdae Walker can have some sort of a game? He seemed to be decent in the preseason. I'm curious if he is any good. I mean, I'm guessing he'll get a few snaps. I think it's a big ask. I would not go into this game having expectations that Jahdae Walker is going to make it a big impact, but I think he's capable. I mean, look, preseason, I don't think you can take that much from it. But things that you can take are just the style of play, what he does. I thought his body control in the air, strong hands, his speed stood out to me. So I think there could be a play or two that Ben dials up in this game where you take a shot to Jahdae Walker in a one-on-one situation, but are you going to run your offense through him? No, but I do think if he's going to contribute in a game this year, this is probably the one. Bear down for life. Do the Bears clinch a playoff berth with a win Saturday? Technically, no, but they're very close. If they win Saturday and the Lions lose or tie on Sunday, they would clinch. Now, if they were to win and Detroit were to win, it gets postponed for another week. But the Bears are awful close to clinching. I think their playoff chances right now are 83%, and if they win, it jumps up to 97. So they're in a very good position if they can win this game on Saturday to not only make the playoffs, but to win the division. They would only have to win one more game or have the Packers lose one more game if they win on Saturday night. All right, last one here from Anthony. Appreciate all the questions, all the super chats as well. Happy holidays. Favorite Christmas song? Mine is Please Come Home for Christmas. Favorite Christmas song? It kind of depends on the mood. I am a big Christmas music guy. What's the one with what's-her-face that is always top of the charts? The Mariah Carey one. That's a classic. I mean, you can't go wrong there. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Is that what it's called? That's good. I mean, all the classics are good. I'm really not like I don't like this or that Christmas song. I think they're all good. So, yeah, if you guys have a favorite, drop one in the comments section. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning in. You can find me all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok now, at HGramNFL. We're trying to ramp up the TikTok, so if you want to follow me over there and support, I would greatly appreciate it, at HGramNFL. Same handle, all three places. We'll see you over there.